Hey Salesforce Hub, welcome to my channel Codeforce Chronicles. Welcome back to Codeforce Chronicles. I am your host with 5.5 years of Salesforce freelancing experience, a YouTuber for the past 6 months and your Salesforce coach on this exciting Apex journey. Thank you for watching these videos. Your support helps me to reach my first YouTube payout. Today is day 7 and we're starting our first mini project in Apex, a CRUD app using Apex classes. Let's jump in. What are we building? Today we will build a simple Apex class that performs create, read, update, delete on a custom object called project. Now let's navigate to the portal and understand the concepts that we have to create to understand the leverage, that is the project medium through which we can quote our reference as a vertebral. I want you to comment in the comment section below as done if you have completed the first phase of your project, that is opening the that is navigating to the first performance, that is project to be created as an application. After you complete the formalities, that is the check box being allowed to be part of the circumference, then we have to accept the vertebral, that is existence in the project. You can create it with fields like name, which is allowed as a name to be quoted as a project name. Second, status to be quoted as a status of managerial, that is the context through which we can upload our Now, if we speak about the status that we are part of, that is the field, we should enhance the medium, that is the deadline. Now when we speak about the date of the medium, that is the deadline, we have to focus on the vertebral. By the end of this session, you will understand the real Salesforce how real Salesforce development works inside projects. We are going to create a class called ProjectCRUDService. Inside it, we will write 4 methods. Create, project, getProjects, updateProject, deleteProject. This will stimulate how service classes work in real enterprise Apex applications. Let's start with create, adding new records into Salesforce. Let's create a class public static ID. Create project name. String name, string status, date, deadline. Project as a medium can help us to understand the object and the statistics. So it is project which will be taken forward as a name which is equal to according to the methodology that we use, that is name. Next it is quoted as a preference, that is status, is equal to status. Third, the deadline of the project which will be taken forward as a medium, that is deadline. Now we have to insert P and return P.I is the project ID. This creates a new record, inserts into the database, returns the ID for the new record. This is exactly how backend logic works in real applications. Now if we run this piece of code, should be clear, we should be clear that the safe statistics that we use is equal to the median that we use. Now when we complete typing the code, if we are finding errors, that means we have to conquer the vertebra. That is the error that we are facing. Is a confrontation in the prodigy. So when we find an error which is not in place with our servers or the statements that we provide, we have to conduct a review on the statement. I hope you understood my point that the inverted comma, which should be placed as a preference, should be taken forward. Now if we complete reversible, and if we are receiving the invalid character identifier as a prodigy, then the assignment with the missing braces will be taken forward as a formulation. That is, when we create an object, we have to produce a statement that will provide the enhancement. I hope you understood the context in which I have produced the statements. Now if you want to complete this program the way you want, or the programmatical code which you want me to place your statements with, then you have to add the chronological order of the statements so that we are in place with our context. Next, using the read operation. Now read operation can be quoted as a providence only if public static is in place with all the vertebrals. That is, when we speak through the medium, that is public static, and we produce the vertebrals, that is the formulated evidence with the tagline, that is a providence in the prodigy. That is getProjects. And I'm asking you to provide the statements according to the vertebral. In case you're happy with the statements or the vertebrals which we are progressing, where I understand that the prodigy is placed as a statement, and in case you're occupied with any formally, that is the return statement, then we have to help our vertebral to order the mechanism, that is order by created date. Descending. After we provide the vertebrals, the statement allows us to query all project records, returns them as a list. Sorting helps show recent records first. This is how most real dashboards fetch data. When we write the update operation, that is updating a record means first finding it, then modifying it. So the statement should be provided as a proof and providence that the update project and if you are aware of the statement, that is to find the errors by conducting a surveillance, you should understand that the vertebrates are in place with all the terminologies that we use. Now, when we create an update project statement as a proof, and we have to change the vertebrates by deleting the existence of the prodigy, then we have to use the statement. That's the ID, project ID, string, new status. Now, if we add the project object, it is a custom object with P as a circumference, then you can select ID, and the status as an option from project. As a vertebral, so that when we run the program, it is clear that we have conducted the mechanism, that is the project ID with limit as 1. And when we type the vertebral, that is the status, is equal to new status, and update B, you will realize that update operation works only if the prodigy is in place with the circumference. As a proof and providence that the mechanism has been taken forward, that is to fetch, record, update the field and save changes. This is used heavily in automation triggers and batch apex. Now delete operation can be taken forward as public static void delete project. ID of the project is project ID, and if we place the circumference, and if my statement is having an error, that is the grammatical or the skeptical medium, that is the project P without the project ID as a circumference. Then we can take this project object as a proof that if a new project is in place, the ID, that is the project ID. Then we can use and we have to use the delete operation. Only ID is needed for delete, simple and efficient. Now your CRUD service class is complete with all the vertebrates. How to test CRUD methods? You can test this class from an anonymous window by placing the methods and the providence. In case you want the providence to be quoted as a service with all the methods to be taken forward, then you have to write a statement where the CRUD operations are in place with the vertebrates. Now I want you to work on this concept so that we allow the vertebrates to be used according to the service. The code can be taken forward only if the 4 methods which I quoted are in place with the vertebrates. Real-time use case. This architecture using a service class for CRUD is exactly what Salesforce companies expect when they say build scalable Apex, follow industry best practices, write reusable backend logic. You just built your first real project style Apex class. That's it for day 7, CRUD project in Apex. Today you built a full Apex class, create, read, update, delete logic, real enterprise style structure. If you enjoyed this project, like the video, drop your questions, subscribe for day 8. We continue with more practical Apex work. Thank you for watching. Every minute you watch supports me and helps me to reach my first YouTube payout. See you tomorrow. The reason I'm conducting the survey as a mechanism with the vertebrate, that is my course, which is for ₹5,000 as a live session and 3,000 as self-paced course, which includes admin for 5,000 as an individual project and admin as a self-paced course as an individual project, is my vertebral is in place with all content that we use. And I'm sorry for the disturbance in the mechanism. I want the viewers of mine to conjugate the process as a proof and evidence that I have completed the surveillance. The reason I couldn't help you to write the Apex class as a method or providence in this session is I wanted to work on the project part of the course so that you receive the details of the deliverables of the CRUD. Thank you.